Hey guys, this is a video of just me going through some MCQ question for AP Lang because my mom took away my PS4. So yeah, the test is tomorrow for me. I feel pretty strong on MCQ, but obviously, it's good to practice. It's 7:51 right now. This is probably going to be an hour-long video of me just going through MCQ as fast as I can, um, just to see and just know, because I guarantee you I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. So yeah, I'll just get right into it. But first, actually, sorry, I went to Albert.io. You probably heard of this. And ran the test scores to a simulator. So just to see what the minimum is for an AP score of 5. So I feel pretty good on synthesis essays. So I gave myself a 6. But worst case scenario, I get a 5 out of 6 for the other two synthesis. For the rhetorical and argument essays. And as you can see, it's 14 out of 24 for reading and 12 out of 21 for writing. This shows that like you just pretty much have to get a little bit more than half the questions wrong. So yeah, that's a 4. Um, and then this is a 4. So, but if you notice though, if I put a 6, I think you can get like 3 more wrong. Okay, yeah, I think that's 3 or 4 wrong. You could still have a 5, but I'm just doing worst case scenario in my case. So obviously you should play around. It's easy to search up. You'll find it and see how it affects your thing. Also, since we're at the beginning of the video and I still have your attention, I do recommend vocabulary.com. I started studying it 2 days ago. I searched up there's like this vocabulary list search thing, and I searched up AP English, and I found this vocabulary thing. According to the Princeton Review book, like vocabulary is pretty important because they're going to ask about a bunch of rhetorical stuff and like a bunch of words you don't know. Um, I'm guarantee as we go through the MCQ, there's going to be words I don't know. So this is going to help you if you're watching this like for the 2022 exam. So yeah, I recommend this. I started it. It's really good. It's really helpful. It's better than Magoosh. if you oh no, sorry, not Magoosh. I meant Membean. A Membean was cringe. All right. So that's pretty much it. This is crackap.com. I was pretty surprised that they have like all of these other AP classes. So it's like pretty good. So I'm probably gonna come back to this website. Um, MCQ. This like thing has been pretty solid to me. The answer explanation has been pretty good. So yeah, all of these practice tests are like anywhere from 4 to 15 questions. So as of what I've seen like only 3. But I'm just gonna go through as many as I can until I get tired. We'll see how long the video is. I don't really know, but yeah, let's just jump right into a practice test. So this is practice test 3. I haven't seen this yet. So 8 minutes, 9 questions. It's pretty tight. Fortunately, the reading is pretty small, so I think I can do this. So I'm gonna be trying to speed run as many questions as I can and just get as much practice in. I'm not gonna dwell too long on the questions. Obviously, if I get an answer wrong, I'm gonna take my time and figure out why. But yeah, I think that's it. Let's just get started. So I'm not gonna set a timer. I'm just gonna go. All right. Before the following information, from the Romanticism and its Discontents by Annika Brooker. I don't know who she is. 2000. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. According to the Princeton Review, like readings that are more recent are easier to read. So and I found it to be true for the most part. So let's see. Can be documented quite satisfactorily that the uh, apparently found by literature long before the state. Okay, or might remember in this connection to All right, so I didn't really get much from that, but I mean, obviously, I'm doing on paper and pencil tomorrow, so I'll be actively reading, like trying to figure out underlining important things and like trying to um give like a short like splurge of what I got from the thing. But for I think the strat for um online reading, if you're taking the test on a computer, which I probably will be a thing next year, um I just skim it. I get a sense for it, and then move to the questions. Probably come back. I'm probably 3 to 4 minutes in at this point, so we'll see. We'll see. So I can further passage. Okay, this is pretty hard actually. Okay, line 20. This is more specific. Okay, so 8 questions. Yeah, I know that. Okay, inform that. Okay, let's try to get more thing from this now. Okay, I don't know any of this, so I'm gonna have to go back to the passage and try to understand it. Yeah. Which calls for the actors to go out of their way to give gratuitous demonstrations of the tension to fulfill. A long time these demonstrations we can find recalling the presentation of the character is often more but always extreme. The transfer around the form tragedy. Alright, so this was analyzing pretty much literature like from as time went on. So novels predate and Provis. So on Provis is not this person. In Provis was in 1830s, and Rousseau. 18th century. Okay, so this is false. This was before Rousseau. So most critics consider okay, probably is famous for his novels. Uh, and there are numerous dramatic genre. Okay, I don't think it says that. The 18th century novel is most relevant in this French Romanticism. What novel are they talking about? Romantic paintings. Okay, they were not talking about. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, they're not talking about paintings in this. So the entire. Okay, begin. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I don't have time for that. So I'm pretty sure it's this. It can be inferred from this fashion that romantics works often include. Okay, no, no, definitely not. Battle with Gods, and seems okay. So this might be it, just from what I know about romanticism. But we can see just from my outside knowledge. Dramatist. Okay, I think I'm gonna move on. Intense to which I feel, yeah. Okay, tragedy. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving on. More morphology lines. Okay, here we go. 16 most likely means structure. Okay, cool. 16. So we get significant importance of the morphology of romanticism. So the structure, not the psychology of the death revolution. Okay, so structure. What's the context? Where is it? Even more relevant is the number of dramatists who accomplish revolution in theater. For okay. Okay, that makes sense, I suppose. The gratuitous demonstrations, line 20. Okay. Okay. No, that and there are numerous and more obscure follows can attempt to any genre which gratuitous demonstration of the intensity which they feel. For a long time, these demonstrations were confused with tragic comedies. Okay, gratifying plays. Gratuitous. I don't know what this word means, so I think this is. It's not calm. That wouldn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Comedies, lines 22 to 23 are characterized by what? Okay, 22 to 23. For a long time, these demonstrations were defined by are comedies, which in the I don't know what this means. Characters often morbid, always extravagant, and united at curtain fall. But when they were transported to a large form of tragedy dealing with the contemporary problems, okay, so what is the question? Oh, wait. overwrought emotionalism, complicated rhetoric, and then okay. So let's go back to what it says. Always morbid, uh, united at certain fall. They were all on some sort of tragedy. Okay, so okay, I don't think it's emotionalism because it doesn't say subdued control of the action. Interesting. It doesn't say death. I don't think it's rhetoric because rhetoric is like the way the thing the people like the authors or the artists communicate to the audience. So some control. I don't think it's okay. It's not always emotionalism. It could be. I'm spending too much time on this question already. I feel like I'm already over time. It's fine though. This is only practice. I'll probably get faster as the hour goes on. How did they? Okay, demonstrations of the intensity of their fuel. So I'm going to go with emotion, overall emotionalism. Revolutionary line 27 is capitalized because. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't notice that. Pre-evolutionary. Okay, so that looks like a time period. Refers to a specific revolution, designates a literary movement, a keyword. Okay, I already knew it was. I didn't already know, but like from the yeah. Okay, person, place, thing. Thing. The last sentence in the passage, um, is okay. Okay. This is a weird question. Okay. For a long time, these demonstrations were controlled, or communities in which were not at a certain fall. But okay, I think this is a run-on sentence, because look at this, certain fall, but when they're okay. Let's see what the answer choices are. So okay, it's not a period. Run-on sentence. Okay, it's not really a rhetorical thing. Not be taken literally an attack. Okay, I think we're good. Most likely, a passage is part of um a textbook on history, study of romanticism, in a travel magazine. Nah. Political history of France. Okay, so a study on romanticism makes the most sense. Yeah, it just talks about romanticism the whole way through, specific examples of certain movements and people. All right, so I'm gonna turn it in. I'm gonna assume I got a 0 out of 8 just so I feel better. So 0 out of 8, here I come. All right, I got 3 wrong. Okay, so that's more than a 50%. I mean, obviously, I'm not aiming for better than 50. I'm aiming for all right, but I'm gonna improve as we go on. So I'm just gonna take this into a new tab. Feels kind of bad, but let's just go through it. All right. So first question wrong. I put I put B. So in front of the passage. Okay, so it's obviously wrong. Obviously, so I have a weak overall understanding. If this was a real test, I probably would have gone over the things again because I had a better understanding. I'll probably do that in the next practice. So a minute. Okay, interesting. I would never have chose that. Okay, so for this question, you definitely want to use. I don't know what po is. Should I know what po is? No, that's not. I'm not asking for Edgar Allan Poe. Oh my goodness, what is Poe MCQ strategy? Okay, process. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Well, what? Okay. Okay. Okay, I understand that. Okay, A is truly false. Yeah. Okay. B. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't have an understanding of it. It's easy to eliminate D. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The author discusses along with a group of playwrights. It's just reasonable to assume that plays, novel, paintings. But the whole entire thing wasn't about paint. Okay, it's people that plays, not novels, came to fame. Therefore, you're left with E. Describe books and paintings. Okay, I don't really understand this question. It's kind of weird, but that's fine. I guess we just have to move on. Let me look at the passage again. Dang. Let me just look at the passage. So it says, it talks about place as well. Okay, does it talk about paintings throughout the entire thing? I can't control F because these are images, right? Yeah, these are images. That's interesting. I would never have gotten that. But that's fine though. I mean, I guess I should have used process of elimination. Interesting. Yeah, I chose no, no. What did I choose? I chose B. Okay, well, I guess I need to understand the passage better. But that's fine. Let's move on. So, I got these next two right, and then I got four wrong. So, let's see what I did good. Obviously, this is like self-study, so sorry if you've gotten all these right. It's fine. I'm just taking you through my study process. So it can mean from the passages that are okay. Correct answer A. Okay, I knew this from my schema because of humanities, but yeah, I probably wouldn't have gotten that from the passage. Morphology. Yeah, the structure that makes sense. Okay, all of these are talking about process of elimination. Okay, so it's probably a good strategy to use. Okay, I got this wrong. So, not directly. I chose. What did it? I chose. I chose E. E is gratifying place. Okay. Gratifying is demonstration line 20. The only are D and E. Okay. When you go to the gratitude other two, gratitude is contain. So even if you don't know the correct sense, you should never fall for this kind of trick. Testing. Not directly tend to the plot. Okay, so I should know. Intensity on ability to do the correct answer. In this case, the author is saying that go out of their way to give you good demonstration of the intensity field, which implies a demonstration outline to the plot, but shows that it goes out of the intensity of the. Okay, so yeah, that's a very nuanced question. That's fine. I guess a lot of people would miss that. Okay, this is pretty hard. Let's look at the text just to see. So 20. Okay, numerous. In their numerous and more obscure fallacies came a dramatic genre which calls for the Oscars to go out of their way to give credit to them with the intensity of which they feel. Prolonging his demonstration would come as charged for these. Sorry, we'll read. Okay, interesting. I guess now that I understand that, it makes a bit more sense. Gratifying doesn't make that much sense. Okay, that was a very nuanced question. That's fine. That's pretty hard. At least it wasn't a stupid mistake. The next question I missed was the number 7. So number 5 and 6 I got right. A, yeah, okay, yeah, I got that after going back to the text. Revolutionary, yep, time period, I figured that. 7, okay, I missed this. So it's a period. Oh, a period, a time period. Wait, what? Oh, I said wrong. Okay, so that's clearly wrong. Remember, a period or periodic sentence is a long, grammatically correct sentence. What? A period is a sentence? Oh my gosh, I'm stupid, guys. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I didn't even know a period is a sentence, but now I know. It's generally a long sentence, but it flows well in script. Okay, well, we have to look back at that question because it didn't feel right. It was the last thing. So, for a long time, these demonstrations were confined to tragic comedies or comedies lamentes, in which the gesticulating characters, often morbid, always extravagant, were united at certain fall. But when they were transported into a form of tragedy dealing with contemporary problems, as they were in the works of pre-evolutionary person, one of the very close. Okay, I guess that flows. I mean, it's really weird, complex sentence, but I suppose it flows. Flows well in his grammatically. So it's a period, and a period is a long, complex grammatically kind of. They spelled this wrong. I'm giving these guys a 2, not even a 3. And they spell grammatically. Wait, is that how you spell grammatically? Okay, this is the meme portion of it. What? Okay, yeah. I'm giving myself a 2. I'm not good. I'm not good. Okay, at least I got question 8 right. Let's just look at that. You should always look at what you got right just to see how you did, like what you did right, because it actually helps you on the test. Using poetry to eliminate all the incorrect. So study from yeah, that makes sense. I'm just gonna jump right into another MCQ. So we sucked all the knowledge out of that one. That's fine. Let's just pick it up and move on. Hopefully we can do better. So this one's 12 minutes, 11 questions. So this is around yeah. This if you have 5 passages, this is how long you would want to take on the actual exam because if it's 5 passages, it'll be around 12 questions because according to according to them college board you'll get 51 to 55 questions and assume the worst case scenario so 55 and then 4 to 5 passages so yeah this is just something you know so yeah 12 minutes pretty good for 11 questions. Actually that's pretty tight. I'm gonna have to read this too so let's just jump right in. So again, 1972. Okay, pretty hard. Mary Wollstonecraft wrote the following introduction to her book, The Vindication of the Rights of Women. Okay, I'm familiar with this text. Okay, so that's it. Let's just try to read it carefully because last time I didn't really have a good understanding of it, so I'm just going to take it slow this time. My own sex, I hope, will excuse me if I treat them like rational creatures instead of flattering their fascinating graces and viewing them as if they were in a state of perpetual childhood, unable to stand alone. So she's saying women are people, they're not children, they have brain cells. I earnestly wish to point out in what true dignity and human happiness consists. I wish to persuade women to endeavor and to acquire strength, both of mind and body, and convince them that the soft pleasures, delicacy, sentiment, and the refinement of taste are almost synonymous with the epithets of weaken. I don't know what this word means, but I assume it'll be fine. And that those beings who are the only objects of pity and that kind of love which has termed its sister will soon become objects of contempt. Okay, so from the first paragraph, I can kind of tell the audience. I can tell her tone, her rhetorical approach. So her sentences are pretty simple. Her verbiage is pretty easy to understand. So and from the what I know about the vindication of rights of women, that's a large audience, and she looked like she's directly talking to women. Like she literally says, "I hope I can." Yeah. So I know all these things from the first paragraph. So it's pretty long, so let's keep going. Dismissing then those pretty feminine phases, which men condescendingly use to soften slavish dependence, and appeasing oh my gosh, this text is savage, holy cow. And despising the weak elegancy of mind, exquisite sensibility, and the sweet dulcity. I think that means like sweet or something. I mean, sorry, like sugar, like doc, like those. I'm sure of manners is supposed to be characteristics of a weak vessel. I wish to show that elegance is inferior to virtue, and that the first object of laudable ambition to obtain a character, regardless of the distinction of gender or sex. And the secondary view should be brought to this. Okay. I should explain communication and convection with the energetic motions and influence. Sincerely rendered me ineffective for evaluation, wishing to persuade the force of my arguments than dazzle the elegance of my language. I shall not waste my time in rounding periods, nor in fabricating the bombast of artificial feelings. Okay, bombast is like I know what that means. I'm not gonna explain it. Oh, artificial feelings in which kind of never heart I shall be employed about things, not words, and anxious to render my more respectable than members. I should try to avoid that flowery diction. Okay, cool. These pretty nothings, these characteristics of really ability something violate the taste and sticky delicacy that turns away unadorned the truth, and deluge the false sentiments and over extremely stifling the natural motions of heart render the domestic pleasures insipid, and ought to sweeten the exercise of these severe duties, which educate our rational and immortal being in the whole field of action. Okay, so she's saying that there's like fake things going on, and she's just gonna like not dumb it down, but make it clear, make it distinct, make it tangible. The education of okay, she went through all of this, and finally her point comes. The education of women has of late been more attended than to formally, yet we are still reckoned a frivolous and ridiculed or pitied by the writers who endeavor by satire or instruction to improve them. It is knowledge that they spend many of the first years in their lives acquiring a smattering accomplishment, when the strength of the body and mind are sacrificed to limit notion of beauty, to desire and establish itself. The only way a woman can rise in the world by marriage. Okay, it's kind of true at the time. The only way women can. Okay, yeah. And this desire making them mere animals of them. Oof. Savage. And then when they marry, the access is the act, they dress, they paint, and got and nickname God's creatures. Surely these weak beings are only fit for. I don't know what that word means. Can they govern a family, take care of the poor babes? Okay, so what time period is this? Because I'm actually familiar with American history. 1972, okay. That's not, yeah, the Republicans were nothing then. Okay, so yeah, I mean, interesting. So this person was bent on the education of a woman, which will eventually help. Okay, well, it's not an essay, so I don't really think about those things. So I'm just gonna reflect on the passage. It was a pretty good. It was pretty savage as well. Sorry for not saying word. I'm in the living room right now, so yeah. Okay, let's start. So the initial paragraph, the author employs both an apology and so this requires me to look back at the passage. So I'm gonna go. Excuse me, that looks like an apology. Oh, is she trying to make a point? I'm not too sure. Okay, so it looks like she's bringing it to the point. So let's see. I don't know what. I've seen this word before, and I still don't know what it means. I'm gonna have to look that one up after I take this. Okay, I don't think it's classification. Irony, no. Analogy, no. Flattery, no. Okay, so usually with questions like these, like one word will be really attractive, but then the other will be completely wrong. So I'm tempted to look it up, but I'm gonna wait until I finish this MCQ. Okay, irony and exposition. I don't know what that word means either, but I don't think it's irony. Analogy and extended metaphor. That looks pretty good, but nah. Flattery. Nah, she's not trying to flatter anyone. Induction and persuasion. If she's persuading anyone in the first thing, I feel like she started to persuade over here if she is doing any persuading at all. She's just calling people out here. Yeah, she's calling people out. She's not persuading anything to do anything. She's just calling them out. So over here, she's not trying to persuade anyone to do anything. So this is wrong. She's not trying to flatter. I don't see any analogies going on, so I'm just gonna go with the apology and move on because I do see an apology. I don't. Yeah, let's just move on. In the initial paragraph, the author decries. Okay, traditional feminine attributes. I don't know what decries is, but let's just say the author cites. Nope, she doesn't do that. The importance of sentiments, not modern sexuality. But it's 1792. Traditional male attributes, a traditional feminine. Okay, that makes sense. In the initial paragraph, the author suggests that no, no, uh, women need intellectual and physical strength. Does she talk about physical strength? Okay, this is worth going back to the passage. Is it worth going back to the passage? Men prefer strong women. Women truly love strong women. Okay, physical strength. Where does it say physical strength? Physical emotional feelings, emotional was in the heart. For sure, intellectual. That makes sense. Uh, I'm so trying with the flower. Okay. Oh, physical strength as in beauty. That makes total sense. I'm gonna keep that answer and move on. Because physical, yeah, okay. The author ties to the second paragraph to the first by using the words. Okay. Interesting. Soften. Okay. Ties the second paragraph to the first. So let's look at the second paragraph. Dismissing those pretty feminine actions. Soften. Okay, weakness. I see weakness in both. Weaker. Okay, yeah, I see weakness in both. Okay, I'm gonna go back because I soften and weak. Okay, slavish. It's not slavish. Soften and inferior, perhaps. But I think I'm gonna move on. The word vessel, line 20, is a metaphor for women. Uh, I'm just gonna straight up guess on that. But let's go back to line 20 because I think I'll have some time. 20. The weaker vessel. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Uh, okay, this makes me doubt my answer on this. Physical strength. The author suggests that women need intellectual strength. But she talks about education, but she also talks about emotions. If those are answer choice for intellectual emotion. Interesting. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna move on because at this point, it's definitely none of these. Um, yeah, other than women. The author suggests that the woman's worth is best judged by evaluating the strength of her character. That makes like literally the most sense. The author proposes to write in a manner that is both. She doesn't really talk polished and intellectual, ornate and rhetorical. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Cerebral. Why are they talking about my cerebral cortex in a 1972 document made by? I'm not. Uh, nope. The words "pretty nothings" are a prize. Flower diction. No. Members of society. Dang. Okay. Pretty nothings for line 43. Reprise. 43. These pretty nothings. These characters. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So pretty nothings are talking about. Okay. The fakes. They're talking about the fakes. Letters and comments, essays, and novels. Yeah. Yeah. Flowery diction. Nah. Okay. Keep going. The phrase dropping glibly from the tongue. Glibly. The author begins to. Like, author begins a character. Okay. Um. Let's look back for line 44. These characters are the real beauties and dropping glibly from the tongue. The taste created timeless that turns away the adorned truth. So it looks like a transition, but I'm not too sure. It begins. Nope. Perhaps. Nope. Unless there's perhaps. It's not a metaphor. Okay, so it's either B or D. Let's go back one more time. 45. These. I'm not too sure, so I'm just gonna move on. Actually, let's go back. So that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with D because that makes some. Oh, it's 11 questions. I thought it was 12. Okay, whatever. One can infer the passage. Strong human beings than mere children and young women need. That passage can be strong. For that to become a strong human rather than mere children, young women need an education. That's easy. The tone of the follow paragraphs is okay. This is interesting because I thought the last paragraph was the only way they dress, they paint, and God and nickname God's creation. Surely these weak beings are only fit for. So there you go. Can the govern a family? Okay, bring babies in the. Okay, wait, bring what babies? Okay, so it's like condescending, kind of actually. So, oh, it could be sarcastic. Okay, haughty, ironic. Okay, I'm gonna go with sarcastic because Yeah, she's literally saying only way of okay. That's in a sarcastic voice. Like I can almost guarantee. So yeah, I've gone through the questions. I'm gonna get a 0 out of 11. So let's just see how I do. All right. So most of them are wrong. Oh yikes. Okay, let's see. I might not even upload this to YouTube at this point. Okay. The initial paragraph, the author employs both apology and classification, irony, and exposition. So again, the entries are at least half wrong or complete. I'm gonna turn on the lights in my room. It's pretty dark here. Entries A, B, C, and D are at least half wrong. Take a look at B. Others being ironic. The second part of terms B, exposition, is defined as a setting forth of meaning or intent. Okay, that makes sense. What the author is doing in the first paragraph. Okay, that's fine. Alright, get the next two right, so let's take a look. The author decries. Okay, that's fine. For strong women, E. Okay, physical strength and beauty. Okay. Using the words E, soften, and weak. Okay, yeah, that took quite a while to get, but okay, these next couple I get them all wrong. Oh, actually, just five. Well, five and then wrong. Yeah, okay. So this is wrong. The word vessel is actually 6. What? No doubt you can narrow your choices to A and B. There's more sense. Try A. Uh, okay. So they were tricking there. Interesting. I will put this good to you. So they're just pretty much replacing the word. Um, yeah, they're just replacing the word in the sentence. So I will do that next time. 28. The author suggests the woman's worth may be best judged by C. I got this right, the strength of her character. Okay, the rest are completely wrong, so let's just go through. Correct answer A. I put ornate and rhetorical. Okay. Cogent. The author wishes to convince her readers of force of cogent argument. If you don't know what have cogent argument, we'll put it on now. It means appealing to the intellect or powers of reasoning, convincing. Okay, wait. Okay, I put C, so the answer is A. And emotional. Normally, the other choice. Okay, but is okay, and the sincerity for emotions. I'm surprised that emotions are on there, but okay, I suppose. Pretty nothings are a prize. Okay, so it is the flower addiction. I was kind of suspecting, but we'll see. Handwriting level. I was affected by the way they use the language. I mean, I understood that, so that's why I put because they were writing. I assumed that they were writing these essays and novels, but I suppose not. Flowery addiction is the most connected. Okay, whatever. 31 with the phrase the tongue. The sugary addiction. Okay, an extended metaphor. Okay, I put um no, what did I put? 31. Oh, 9. Okay, this is 9. 9, I put D. An analysis of sentimental writing. Clearly not. Actually, yeah, this actually makes sense why this is wrong because she wasn't really analyzing any writing. She was just making a point. So sweet delicacy. Okay, sugar next becomes associated with a taste of cleanly sweet delicacy. So what is Calibri? Too simple, lacks careful thought. Okay, so it's kind of like clumsy or something. Dropping clumsily. Ah, okay. So it's like dog drool. So if you look at the text, we can see. So the text says Where is it? Where's the Ghibli? I wanna know where the Ghibli is. Please show me where Ghibli is. Oh my goodness. Okay, sticky delicacy that turns away the under truth. Dropping Ghibli from the tongue valley. These pretty nothings. Okay, so yeah, she was really going off there. It's clear that the author does not sing. Sugary writing. Okay, that makes sense. I got this one wrong too. So 10. One can infer the passage stopping means rather than children and what young women need. Okay. I didn't read all the answer choices. I didn't read all the answer choices. I am okay. I should have gotten this right. I will definitely read all the answer choices next time. That is so stupid. Okay, sardonic. Okay, sardonic means harsh, bitter, or caustic. Okay, so it's not sarcastic. I guess there is a difference. I know there's a difference, but I felt like it was a bit more sarcastic rather. Okay, although sarcasm is stronger than irony, both answer choices C and D involve one saying mean the opposite. Both are so. Okay, say involve saying one thing that meaning the opposite. Saying one thing and meaning the opposite. However, she means everything she says. So therefore, it's a bit okay. It's a bit harder. It's a bit more harsh. All right, that was all the questions in that. Okay, I felt like I learned quite a bit, and mainly being that I'm stupid. So let's just jump into another prep MCQ. Yeah, I was pretty bad, so let's try to get better. Okay, 9 minutes, and also, yeah, there's no way I did that entire thing in 12 minutes. I mean, obviously I was talking and stuff, and I don't have my active annotations, but that was pretty bad performance. 8 questions, 9 minutes. Okay, okay, let's just jump right in. In his 1995 book, The End of Education, Neil Postman wrote the following. 1995. The end of education, copyright. Okay, okay. Alfred. So it's like German or something? Okay, that doesn't matter. It is important to keep in mind that the engineering of learning is often very puffed up, assigned an importance it does not deserve. As an old saying goes, there are none in 20 ways to sing a tribal ways, and all of them are correct. So it is with learning, there's no one who can say this or it is the best way to know things. To feel things, to see things, to remember things, to apply things, to connect things, and that no other will do as well. In fact, to make such a claim is to trivialize learning to reduce it to a mechanical skill. All right, so he's saying that learning is pretty. Uh, in fact, to make such a claim is to. There's no way that. All right, so what is he saying about education? It's important to keep in mind. Very puffed up. Important. As an old saying goes. So what's his stance on the opinion? So it's like, okay. So learning is very fluid, and there are different ways to do it. That's what he's saying. Of course, there are many ways. If there's many, there are many learnings that are little else but a mechanical skill. Okay, that's true. He acknowledges this. In some cases, there, well, it may be a best way, but to become a different person because of something you've learned, to appropriate an insight and culture, it's altered. That's a different matter. Okay, I would agree. I mean, it doesn't matter if I agree or not. It's I'm just saying that I understand what it's saying. For that to happen, you need a reason. For this is a metaphysical problem I speak of. A reason, as I would use the word here, is different from a motivation. Within the context of schooling, motivation refers to a temporary psychic event in which curiosity is aroused and attention is focused. That's like kind of sounds like me right now. I do not mean to disparage it. I don't know what that means. Probably fricked. But it must not be confused with a reason for being in the classroom, for listening to the teachers, for taking an examination, for doing homework, for putting up with school, even if you're not motivated. The kind of reason that somewhat extract, not really. And what's going to know. For school to make sense, the young, their parents, he who has to a why can bear with almost any how. This applies to yes, it is still living. But simply, there's no sure way to bring an end to schooling than for it to have no end. Okay. That kind of makes sense. This reminds me of like all the stuff I learned in AP Psych about learning, like intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to jump right into the question. So, the engineering of learning line 2, after you go back to the text, most nearly means. Okay, let's go back. Line 2. The engineering of learning has been popped up. Okay, so building the study, no, not engineering, the building, not school, the building of schools, no. The educational methodology. Okay. The old saying, okay, so this is actually a really easy text. I think I could probably get a perfect score on this, but we'll see. The old saying 3 to 4 serves as there are 21 ways to sing a tribal lays, and all of them are correct. Serve as an analogy to the sentence that follow. An illustration to the first sentence. Nope. Okay, let's keep going. A series of infinitives in the initial paragraphs emphasizes that the learning process. Okay, in the initial is not. It's not long and tedious. It doesn't really talk about that. It's different. It doesn't really talk about it being hard, mechanical and complicated, perhaps active and varied. That's not really the point he's trying to make. Multifaceted and impersonal. Okay, so this one's pretty hard. I'm gonna try to use POE on this process. It's not. He's not really talking about how hard it is. So A and D are out. Multifaceted. As the learning process is multifaceted and imperson, active and varied. Okay, these sound like the same, so I'm gonna go with C. According and from what I got from the text, um, he's trying to argue that it's active and varied. Okay, according to the author, motivation is okay. That's obviously not true. It is psychological and enduring. Okay. Okay, it's not A. Could be B. Could be C. Psychological and enduring. I've never talked so long. It's fucking no. Okay, it's fine. Momentary and concrete, psychological and enduring. Okay, synonymous with APD, abstract and fleeting. Let's go back to the text because within the context of motivation, it refers to the temporary psycho event in which curiosity is roused and attention to focus on. That kind of reason. Okay. It's just so abstract. Okay, so he's not really talking about motivation. So motivation is abstract and fleeting. I think he's talking about like the reasons. Okay, it's not. So it could be not important. It's not concrete. It's not enduring. Okay, so those two are out. It could be fleeting. It's not important. Okay, so let's just look back what he says. A reason is different from motivation. Within the motivation refers to the temporary event. It's temporary. It does not mean to disparage it, but it's not to be confused with a reason for being in a classroom. Okay, so it's temporary and fleeting. Abstract and fleeting. It's not synonymous. He's not saying that's not important. So yeah, I think it's C. Both the first and the third paragraphs contain. Okay, not D. What is it paralleling with? There's no other text. Okay, either on aphorism. Frick, I don't know what that means. So I'm probably gonna get this wrong. Which of the first and third paragraphs contain? Okay, first. Okay, third. Got it. Both and third contain aphorism. Ironic statements. Okay, there's a line of reasoning in both. I'm gonna get this wrong though, cause I don't know what aphorism is. So, yeah, that's already one wrong. In line 32, God most nearly means. Okay, I have to look at the context for this. 32? Or even for school, it makes sense. The young, their parents, and their teachers must have a god to serve, or even several gods. If they have none, school is pointless. Okay, so that's obviously not a religion. It's like a reason. It's not a person. I don't know. Is this like the person who wrote it? Okay, I don't know what Nietzsche is. I'm gonna ignore it. Yeah, God looks like a reason, so I'm gonna keep moving. My voice is getting really tired. The author employs the argument that from authority as. Okay, I don't need to look at the text for this, I think. Employs the argument from authority. I think I've probably gone over time, but that's fine. I don't know what this means. Oh, the paradox in the final sentence rests on. Okay, there's no sure way to bring an end to schooling for them to have. Okay. The eternal process of learning. The crass. Okay, it's not simplifying anything. Okay, it's not really in this. Okay, so yeah, I think it's the eternal process of learning because he's talking about learning, right? But number 7 is really hard. I don't understand this. The author employs in the argument from authority. The argument from authority as. I have no idea. I'm spending too much time on this. At this point, I just would have moved on to this question because my brain's not functioning. But I'm gonna try. Where does he talk about authority in this? Teachers. Okay, so yeah. Okay, it's definitely not E. Okay, I'm gonna get a 0 out of 8. Let's just see. So I got 3 wrong. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pull up the text. And let's jump right in. So I got the first 3 right. Okay, that makes sense. The old saying. A. That makes sense. Yeah, I understand that. C. Attract active and varied. Okay, this took a while, but it's worth it. I understood what was going on there. 37 I got wrong, so I put synonymous with the reason, I think. I put C. Abstract. Oh yeah, sorry, I did put C. Okay, abstract and fleeting is wrong. It's momentary and concrete. Motivation is momentary and concrete. Interesting. That's not same as enduring. Okay. If you understand. C and D. It's okay. I understand. So there is momentary. It's not abstract. He was saying it is something that is. He said reasoning is abstract. Okay, so this just took a little bit more thought and dream. Concrete. It's only concrete when it does arrive. That makes total sense. I'm just an idiot. So I get this one wrong, 2 more right, and another wrong. E. Notable parallelism. Okay. Have you ever drawn attention? Alright, so both in third means notable parallelism. So they parallel with each other, not they don't have a certain reasoning. So let's see. They have already drawn attention to the string of infinitives in the first paragraph. In the third paragraph, you may have noticed the parallel series in preposition 2. Okay, let's go to the other choices. A, for example. Okay, so I put C. So let's see what they say about C. Oh, they talked about persistent review here. That's kind of funny. Therefore, the book is useful. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I didn't have an understanding what syllogistic means. If this is a logical fallacy, oh man. Okay, I have to review my logical fallacies. That's fine. I will. I will. This will be a priority. Okay, God. I got this one right. Right? Reason. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Like God is like something that you worship. Like if you're like worshiping a reason, you should. It's a reason you do something. So I got the last one wrong. Number 8 was wrong. Employs the authority. See an apt analogy. What was this? In this case, the authorities. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me just look at the thing. Employs. Oh, this is the one I was like actually confused on. I just tried to understand it. Oh man, I put my mind to it and I got it right. So just the authority is. I didn't even remember this. The author gives us clear. This applies to much learning is living. Okay, authority. Okay, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I got this by luck, but I also looked at like the other ones to make sense. So I think that's why I got it right. So yeah, this is the one I got wrong. So parents referenced on. I put the comparison. So I didn't. The eternal process of learning. So it's the different meanings of the words of end. So that's interesting. I initially said that was makes no sense. That's right. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see. A perhaps is a good time to review two terms, an oxymoron and a paradox. I know the difference. As a apparent contradiction of two terms, a paradox is of ideas. Yeah. So here, important word is the apparent. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, that's what the paradox is doing. So a paradox is on ideas. Ideas and oxymoron. So paradox is on different ideas. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, sure. In this case, the last sentence is built on the apparent contradiction of terms. So when we are brought to an end, if it has nonsense, no, we suppose this will understand. Okay, so I put C, right? I put D in front of process of learning. So there's no really. Wait, this one's generally hard. So I suppose it's A because the ideals of what we think of what end means changes. I mean, it doesn't change. It's just in the context of that. So new way to bring us home. Okay, that's kind of hard, but I think I'll be fine. All right. So this was the last question of that. Yeah. So I think I'm going to end this video right there. Obviously I have to sleep early, but I'm going to review a lot of like the basic ideas, going over like the essay stuff again. My voice is getting pretty tired, and we're approaching an hour of recording, so I'm going to stop and continue to study on my own. If you've watched all the way through, um, comment I'm taking. Sorry, comment. I am taking AP Calculus BC tomorrow. Just comment that. It'll be pretty funny. It'll be pretty funny. People will be so confused. No way people are gonna watch to the end. But yeah, so from what we learned from this, I'm screwed for the MCQ tomorrow. But that's okay. I'll keep on reviewing, and I'm probably gonna go much faster when I'm not talking through all of these practice things. My goal is to sleep at 10, so that'll be pretty good. Test at 8 a.m. tomorrow. There's really not much to say. Vocabulary is obviously a necessity as I've learned from this. So even if I don't get a 5, I'm pretty much guaranteed for a 4, like a 6 out of a 6 on like the things, and I've done practices of the essays. Like I'm a way stronger on the essay. I'll tell you that now. I haven't studied for the MCQ much, but the essays like are very good. So I'll come back to this video in the comments, and back in like June or July, whenever those scores get released, I'll let you know. In the description, I'll update it and I'll tell you guys what I got. But this is pretty much the best testing strategy. Just knowing, like you need to know rhetorical devices. You need to know your vocab. I mean, I guess rhetorical devices and logical fallacies are way more important. So I'm gonna spend some time reviewing those. Probably doing like 5 or 6 more MCQs. I'm gonna go to bed. My voice really hurts. So yeah, that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe, but the button is there. All right, thank you, and I'll probably do one of this again soon. I found this to be a really effective way of studying, just for my part. It's really, it's like motivation, right? It's fleeting, but yet when it comes around, it's very, very concrete. So, with that, I'll see you. I'm just more focused on AP Bio right now because that's way more important to me.